Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
But as I said before, they're going to try to control not only our guns, but they're going to try to control our transportation. Another example of this today, series of articles that Drudge is quickly picking up, and he's been key in terms of understanding, I think, showing people where this is all headed with self-driving cars and the loss of our freedom. How Mercedes plans to recapture its early lead in robocars. They say 3 decades ago, an experimental Mercedes van managed to steer, brake, and accelerate on its own. Well, it wasn't even that long ago that we saw that with the Michael Hastings murder, wasn't it? We said that at the time. We said Mercedes, even though they didn't have fully autonomous driving vehicles, they had more subsystems than any other car company at the time. And we had Richard Clark, he was formerly on the National Security Council. He was also the U.S. National Coordinator for Security, Infrastructure, and Counterterrorism. And he said there's enough systems there that you could kill somebody by taking over their car. He was the only person saying that of any authority. We were saying it, and they were calling us tinfoil hat conspiracy theorists. But that is a real concern. They say that they're positioning Mercedes, they're concerned about that, but understand it's not just Mercedes only. We just saw the CEO of Ford. They've been very, very profitable, Fields, who was taken out. Even though they were extremely popular, their stock was not doing well because Wall Street wanted them to focus on mobility, on smart mobility, on self-driving cars. And so they replaced a guy who was an engineer who was doing very well with a product line because they want to focus on renting the cars to you, on controlling all of your transportation. And today we have the CEO of Intel coming out and saying self-driving cars will double as security cameras. He said the benefits of having self-driving cars are they're going to be able to park themselves for you. Oh, that's great. That's exactly what I need because I can't park or drive a car on my own. But he says they're going to double as security cameras. We're going to be able to get them to find a license plate for somebody that we're looking for with an Amber Alert. They're going to find that quite rapidly. And then when they say, well, what about privacy? He says, oh, don't worry. We'll put limitations on it. We'll encrypt that data. We'll make sure that it's anonymous. It's not, we'll have to come up with some rules, but don't worry about that. Well, how are the rules working to protect us from our government spying on us? That's something that went back to the 1960s. That's why we had the hearings in the 1970s about the NSA and the CIA spying on Americans and tapping our phones. And they said, you're not going to do that. So they created the FISA Act, Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Authorization. Now they have violated that. Now we see that Obama and the FBI acted like high-tech Watergate burglars. That's what we're going to find out with the investigations into the Russian hacking. But they're going farther. They're looking at hardware updates for the human brain. This Orwellian story from Wall Street Journal cloaks itself in medical benefits. And of course, there would be medical benefits for some of these things. But as we look at this and we look at what the Department of Defense is doing, they always come out and say, well, we're going to help people with PTSD. We're going to be able to selectively remove bad memories, and we're going to put in good, happy memories. If people are concerned about a government that is too intrusive, we'll be able to take away those bad thoughts and put in nice, happy thoughts. That is the thing that we should be concerned about. And when you look at the language that the Wall Street Journal uses, brain-computer interface, it could turn us into programmable, debuggable machines. Because, you know, if you don't like what the government is doing, you need to be debugged. And now we have, for the first time, a politician in California, Gavin Newsom, one guy who is one of the biggest gun control nuts out there, among other things. I know him from that. I don't know the other issues that he's out there. But really, when we look at a Democrat solution to this, and unfortunately, we're not going to see, I don't think, a liberty-based solution. We're going to see a ham-fisted, crony, capitalist solution. Now, stay with us when we come back. Millie Weaver has a Man on the Street report where she goes around talking to people about how CNN staged this fake anti-terror demonstration from some Muslim women in London. We'll be right back.
Electrify your day with Secret 12. It's like lightning in a bottle. We all have days in which we just can't seem to perform at the level we'd like to. Infowars Life Secret 12 is designed to naturally energize your body and mind with 2 great tasting and super high quality forms of vitamin B12. Proper vitamin and nutrient intake is essential to keep your body functioning at optimum levels. The reality is, it's hard to take in the proper amount of vitamins we need each day with our modern diets. Secret 12 by Infowars Life is an easy way to naturally upgrade your vitamin B12 intake and support your body's natural systems. It pairs 2 forms of vitamin B12 into one explosive formula. Vitamin B12 supports healthy energy levels through red blood cell formation and aiding in the body's natural processes, but it also assists with many other functions of the body. Electrify your mind and body and take your health to the next level. Experience the power of Secret 12 at InfoWarsLife.com. That's InfoWarsLife.com.